Hello, grade 4. Today, inshallah, we are going to finish unit number 4, which is about jobs. The learning outcomes for today, we are going to focus on the past tense. Okay, so we are going to talk about the past tense. Number 2, we are going to read sentences. For example, she walked to. Okay, number 3, we are going to write about job. We will choose one of our family member and we will write about him or her. Number 4, we are going to write words and phrases. We will use the past tense verb. Okay? So today our lesson will be more about the past tense verb. So please, my students, listen carefully and follow me. Okay? Now, first of all, we are going to watch a video to learn the past tense. Okay? I will play it for you right now.
Grammarly can help you write quickly and confidently, so you never have to slow down at work. Instant corrections make your writing mistake-free.
She cleaned the room. We are talking about something in past. This is the verb where clean to cleaned. Cleaned is the past simple form of clean. We use simple past form when we talk about something which happened in past. I watched a movie yesterday. Watch to watched. Watched is the past form of watch. To talk about past, we need to know simple past form of verbs. If I say I walked to the station, it means I do it in present. If I say I walked to the station, I am talking about something which happened in past. We just added ed to the verb walked to walked. Past form of regular verbs ends with ed, like walked to walked, cleaned to cleaned, talked to talked, played to played, carried to carried, wet, carried to carried, y turned into I. If a regular verb ends with y, look at the letter before y. If there is a vowel before y, we just add ed in the end. If there is a consonant before y, we turn y to I, then we add it, like carried to carried. The cow suddenly stopped. Stop to stopped. Look at the last three letters. Consonant, then vowel, then again consonant. We double the last consonant most of the time for such words like plan to planned, preferred to preferred. If a regular verb ends with L, we double it before adding ed. He traveled to Canada, traveled to traveled. He cancelled his plan, cancelled to cancelled. This generally face problem with past form of irregular verbs like go to went, do to did, drink to drank, buy to bought, break to broke. Well, there is no specific rule. You just have to memorize the past form of irregular verbs. Here is a list of few common irregular verbs and you may find it helpful.
Okay, my students. So now, what did we learn from this video? Okay, we learned that when we have past tense, when we have the verb past, we have these words. We have, for example, yesterday, last weekend, last week, last month, last year. When we use these words in the sentence, that's mean the verb will be in the past. Okay? The verb will be in the past. For example, you said, yesterday I played football. Don't say yesterday I play. No, this is wrong. This is in the present. We have to say it in the past. So we said, yesterday I played football. Or last weekend I watched movie with my friend. Okay? So we will use the past tense with the ed. But remember, my students, that the past tense, sometimes it will be some verbs will be regular and some verbs will be irregular. Okay, so regular verbs, we have, for example, the verb watch. When we make this verb into past tense, we will say watched. Okay, we will add ed. But some verbs, we do not add ed. We change the verb. All the verb will change. So it will be, for example, eat will be ate. Okay? So we have to memorize these verbs. لازم نحفظها, okay? We have to memorize these verbs. Which verbs we will add ed with them when we make it in the past tense, and which verbs we do not add ed and it will change and it will be irregular. So it will be said as irregular verbs. What are these verbs? We have to memorize them, okay? I will send a booklet for you. It has too many verbs. You are going to memorize them. Okay, you are going to write it, to write the verbs and also know the meaning of these verbs. And you are going to memorize if these verbs are regular or irregular. Okay, my students, I know that you can do it. Now, look here. For example, we have past tense. We have the verb here, we have regular verbs, that the verbs that we add ed. For example, play, played, visit, visited, mix, mixed, talk, talked, finished, finished. Okay, crash, crashed, share, shared, carry, carried. Okay, look here. What did we do? We changed the Y into I and then we will add ed. Cry, cry, cried. Okay, cry, cried. So here we will drop also the Y and we will add IED. Okay, so these are regular verbs and these verbs are in the past. Okay, some verbs are irregular, so we will change them. Okay, for example, bring, brought, win, won, go, went, tell, told, do, did, drink, drank, teach, taught, run, ran, make, made. And some verbs stay the same. For example, hit, hit, coast, coast, cut, cut, and quite, quiet, and heart, heart, put. Okay? So these verbs, so we have three kind of verbs. We have regular, irregular, and verbs that they stay the same. Today we are going to focus on this only, the verbs that with ed, the regular verbs, okay? Verbs that we add only ed, okay? Now I want you to open your class book, page number 36 and 37, please. And I want you to try to write sentences. Let's see this page. Here we have read and match. Let's read this first. Vicky's aunt is a zookeeper in England. She looks after animals. Yesterday, look at this verb, this word. Yesterday was a busy day. So he said yesterday was, not yesterday is, yesterday was. So he used the past tense here. Okay, yesterday was a busy day. Okay, so now I want you to write a sentence. Look at the picture and write sentence about this picture. Try to use the verbs in the past tense. Look at Vicky's aunt, what she's doing here, and in these pictures also. And then we are going also to look to another page on your class book, and you are going to stick the sentence. But first, I want you to try to write some sentences, okay? Now, look here. I want you now to open your class book page number 77. Okay, I want you to cut these sentences and try to match between these sentences and the pictures here. Okay, read these sentences carefully and see this sentence goes with which picture. Okay, now let's see the answers. Let's check our answer. Okay, number 1. Yes, she walked to the zoo at 6:15 in the morning. Okay, at 6:15 in the morning, she walked. Look here, we have ed with the verb walked. Okay, now look at this one. What she's doing here. What is the verb here? Yes, she played. Well done. She played with the monkeys at 7:30. She played. What about this? What she's doing? Look here. We have crocodile and we have penguin. What she's doing? She looked after the sick animal at 8 o'clock. She looked. Okay, so here we have ed with the verb looked. Okay, now look at this one. What she's doing here. What is the verb? She picked leaves. She picked leaves for the pandas at 10:30. Okay, now let's move to this one. She helped the penguin, okay, eat some fish at 11:15. Okay, so she helped here. Okay. She watched the lions and tigers at 11:15. Okay, she watched. Here, what is the verb here? Yes, she washed. Well done. She washed the elephant at 12:30. She washed. Okay, so here we have ed with the verb, the past tense. Okay, here she walked again home at 4 o'clock. Okay, check your answers. I hope they are correct. Okay, now we are going to write. We have a shared writing together. We are going to write a paragraph about one of our member in our family. Okay, now I want you to look at your skills book. Page number, which page? Page number 26. Okay, look here. Do an interview. What does it mean, interview, teacher? What does it mean, interview? When you ask For example, if you want to have a job, before you getting this job, they will ask you to have an interview. Okay, they will make an interview for you. So interview mean, what does it mean in Arabic? مقابلة. Yes. So I want you today to go to of your one of your members in your family, for example, your dad or your sister or your brothers, and ask them these questions, okay, about their job. You will ask them, what is the name of your job? Where do you work? What time do you start work? What time do you finish work? Do you work inside or outside? Do you wear a uniform? Do you like your job? Why? What do you do in your job? Or any other information. Try to collect this information, and then you are going to write about your brother's job or your father's job. Okay? Me, I collect some information about my uncle. Okay? And today I'm going to share it with you. We are going together to write a paragraph about my uncle. Okay? We will use these words: policeman, starts, finishes, where, Masar, okay, or turban, and Jdasha. Okay? Let's see here. The first question: what is the name of your job? My uncle say, I am a policeman. So I'm going to write, first I'm going to write a title. What is the title of my paragraph? I'm going to write about whom? About my uncle. About my uncle's job. Yes, about my uncle's job. So the title will be My Uncle's Job. Nice. Now, what is the name of my uncle's job? My uncle's job, he said he is a policeman. So I will write, my uncle is a policeman. What about you? You can write, my father is for example, a fisherman, or my father is a pilot, or my father is a teacher. Okay? Now, I asked him, what time do you start work? He said, I start work at 8 o'clock. So I will write, he starts work at 8 o'clock. And what about the time that you finish your work, my uncle? He said, I finish my work at 2 o'clock. So I said, I will write, he finishes work at 2 o'clock. Okay? Then, where do you work? I asked him. He said, I work in Muscat. So I will write, he works in Muscat. Okay? He works in Muscat. Okay? Now, I asked him about his uniform. Okay? And he said that he wears, okay, first, I forgot this one. He said he works in an office. I asked him, do you work inside or outside? He said, he said, I work in an office. So I will write, he works in an office. Okay? Then I asked him about the uniform. I asked him, do you wear a uniform? He said, I wear dishdasha and masar to work. So you are going today to write a paragraph about your father or your brother or your sister. Ask them first these questions, and then I want to see a paragraph about your father or your brother job. Okay? You are going to write same like me, but you have to change on the time, on the job, also the place that they work in, and their uniform. Okay, my students, I hope you understand these things. Okay, now don't forget to send it for me on the platform or in the Teams. Okay, now look here. Here we have some verbs and we are going to put it in the sentence. But first we have to understand the meaning of these verbs. Okay? Let's see here. What do we have? Write the verbs in the past tense. Okay, teacher, we are going to write it in the past tense. First, let's read it. Look, ask, push, arrive, help, shout, listen, bull, smile. Okay. Can you tell me what is the past tense of the verb look? Yes, teacher, looked. Excellent. Ask, asked. Okay, push, pushed. Excellent. Arrive, arrived. We will add ed only. Help, helped. Shout, shouted. Listen, listened. Bull, bulled. Smile, smiled. Okay, we will add ed with this verb. Okay, now we know the past tense, but how can we match it with the picture? We have to understand the meaning of these verbs. Look, what does it mean, look? For example, I said to you, look at me. Okay, what does it mean? Or look at this picture. Okay, so do you understand now the meaning of look? Well done. Ask. We know the meaning of the word ask, teacher. We know the meaning of this verb ask. Ask. I will ask you some question. Ask. Ask, okay? Ask me question. If you have any question, please ask me. Ask. So what does it mean ask? اسأل. Well done. Bush. Bush, look at this nurse. Look here. He pushed. Okay, he pushed this man. Push, push, push. Arrive. Arrive. He arrived, for example, at this place at 9 o'clock. Okay, arrive. Okay, help. For example, I said, can you help me? Can you help me, please? Can you help me? Okay, shout, 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 shout. For example, if, okay, I said to you, please don't shout. You make a headache. You make me have a headache. Okay, don't shout. Don't shout. Okay, so here we have shout, listen. I said to you, listen to me. Okay, bull, bull. Okay, pull, pull. He pull. For example, I said to you, uh, can you pull this button? Okay, for me. Bull, يسحب. Okay, smile, smile. Smile, smile. Okay, so now do you understand the meaning of these verbs? I hope so. Now we are going to put it with the sentences. Okay, let's read the sentences first. One day, an old man dash at the hospital. Huh? Which verb? What do you think? One day, an old man arrived. Well done. Arrived. وصل. One day, an old man arrived at the hospital. Well done. Number 2, a nurse. The old man sat in a wheelchair. She pushed him to the doctor's room. Okay, so a nurse, what she's doing, held, well done, held the old man. Excellent. Number 3, first the doctor, what he's doing now, the doctor, the old man, some question. So asked, well done, because here we have the word questions. So we have asked, okay? Then what he's doing to the old man heart? Yes, he listened. He listened to the old man heart. Now, suddenly, he stopped listening and what? I can hear two hearts. He what? He shouted, I can hear two hearts. Okay, shouted. So here we have the verb shouted. Okay, quickly, the doctor, what he's doing, the old man to the x-ray room. He what? he pushed. He pushed. Okay, he pushed this man. Okay, and then the doctor, what he's doing at the x-ray? Looked at the x-ray. Okay, the doctor, then he asked, what have you got in your pocket? The doctor what? Smiled. Look at him. Smiled. Okay, the old man, what he's doing out a watch? He hmm? He pulled, yes, he pulled out the watch. It isn't a second hand, it is my watch, he said. Okay, so now we are going to check our answer if it is correct or not. Okay, you are going to listen and check. Let me play the listening for you. Okay. I'm going to send it for you on the platform to check your answer because it doesn't work here. Okay, my students. Now, here are also the answers. I wrote it here because maybe you cannot see it there very careful, clearly. So maybe it is not clear for you there. I wrote it here. Okay, arrived, helped, asked, listened, shouted, pushed, looked, smiled, pulled. Okay. Now for your homework, you are going to do this one, page number 29. Here, read and write the jobs. You are going to read here and write which job, read about this job and write the name of the job here. And here you are going to write about what Kate did yesterday. You are going to use the past tense. So look at the verbs here and you are going to write it here in the past. Okay, my students? So that's all for today. Goodbye.